All right, so today we're diving into Naomi's work on hypnovibes.
Okay.
Specifically, this hypno-channeling thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both know Naomi's a great hypnotherapist, but this technique is,
It's definitely next level.
yeah, it's not like, your typical hypnotherapy session for quitting smoking or whatever.
Right.
It's more about, connecting to this,
higher consciousness.
yeah, higher consciousness, exactly, to, gain
Universal wisdom.
universal wisdom. Yeah, that's the idea.
It's wild.
And what's really cool is how the focus shifts from the person being hypnotized to, the energy being channeled.
Yeah, it's not about Andrea's subconscious or anything like
Yeah.
that. It's like tapping into something way bigger.
Okay, so let's jump into the session.
Sounds good.
We're listening to Naomi guiding Andrea, but remember, when Andrea is under you, refers to the channeled energy.
Right, not Andrea herself.
Not Andrea, exactly.
Got it.
And right off the bat, this energy, it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
It describes itself as being connected to everything.
I mean, everything.
Yeah, the river, trees, the air, even time.
Past and future.
Past and future, the whole shebang.
It's like that idea of oneness,
Yeah.
that interconnectedness you find in a lot of spiritual traditions.
I see what you mean.
Like everything's woven together.
Yeah, like a tapestry or
Oh,
something.
exactly.
Okay, so get this.
Okay.
Naomi asks the energy to describe the sky,
Okay.
but zoomed out from a big perspective.
Okay.
And it says the sky is fuchsia.
Fuchsia.
Fuchsia. And Andrea later says she's never seen a fuchsia sky before.
Interesting.
So what's that all about?
It makes you wonder about what we think of as reality, right?
Yeah.
Maybe this energy is perceiving stuff beyond our normal senses.
Okay.
Some physicists talk about higher dimensions that we can't see.
Right.
Could this be a glimpse into one of those?
That's a trippy thought.
Yeah.
Then the energy describes the universe as this constantly moving pattern.
Yeah.
Almost like DNA, with everything interconnected.
I love that image.
Right. And it says this movement is driven by, childlike wonder.
Really?
Yeah, a desire to explore, learn, connect.
It's beautiful.
It is, isn't it?
And it kind of aligns with some of those new theories about consciousness.
Oh, how so?
Well, some physicists think consciousness might be fundamental to the universe,
Okay.
like gravity or electromagnetism.
I'm following you.
So if that's true, then maybe the universe itself is, conscious and evolving,
Wow.
always searching for new experiences, connections.
Now, focusing on Andrea specifically,
Right.
the energy identifies her as someone who wants to build community,
Okay.
create unity.
Interesting.
So does that point to her purpose in this life, you think?
It could be a clue, right?
Yeah.
Like using that universal wisdom to help humanity evolve.
Mm-hmm.
That's a common idea in mystical traditions.
I see.
And maybe Andrea's role is about bringing people together.
Okay, but here's where things take a turn.
What happened?
They uncover a past life for Andrea. Yeah, she was a political activist in Latin America.
Wow.
And, get this, she was assassinated
No.
for speaking out against injustice.
Heavy stuff.
So could this past life connect to her wanting to create unity and community now?
Maybe, yeah.
That idea of karma,
Right.
where actions in past lives influence us now?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that struggle for justice is still a part of her.
I mean, it's incredible to think about, right?
Absolutely.
This vast energy, the insights it's offering.
Yeah.
But there's also this mysterious side to it. Remember how Naomi hesitated to work with Andrea at first?
Oh, yeah.
Even though she felt drawn to her energy? It's almost like there were these,
Unseen forces.
unseen forces at play. What do you think?
It's a good reminder that we're dealing with stuff we don't totally understand.
Right.
Even someone as experienced as Naomi can run into, challenges with this kind of energy work.
Yeah.
It's like exploring uncharted territory. You got to rely on intuition and be really careful. And that mystery deepens when the energy keeps saying their purpose together can't be revealed yet.
Really?
Yeah, it says it'll become clear in time, but for now, it's a secret.
That's intriguing.
It really is.
It makes you wonder if there's some bigger plan unfolding that we're just not privy to yet.
Exactly. Maybe some things are only revealed when the time is right.
Maybe. Yeah.
We might have to wait and see what unfolds.
I guess we'll find out in part 2.
Exactly. We'll be back with more from this fascinating session.
Can't wait.
So we're back, and, one thing that really stood out to me in this session is this idea of hidden knowledge.
Yeah, there's stuff we're not supposed to know yet.
Right, there are these truths, but they can only be revealed, gradually or something.
There's a veil and it lifts a little bit at a time.
Exactly. When Naomi tries to learn about where this energy comes from.
Okay.
She asks, Like, where does this voice come from?
Yeah.
And the answer is just, you'll see in the future.
Oh, that's frustrating.
Right. It's like a cosmic tease.
It's interesting, though, how it doesn't deny having a source,
You know, right?
but it's not telling either.
Yeah.
Like, it's got to follow some kind of cosmic order or timeline.
And then it happens again with the purpose of Naomi's connection with Andrea.
Oh, right.
The energy says there's a bigger picture of consciousness they're meant to create together.
Oh, good.
The details. Nope. Top secret.
That's actually pretty common in mystical experiences, this idea of an undisclosed purpose.
You think so?
Yeah, like sometimes we're not meant to know the whole journey, you know?
I guess that makes sense.
It can be powerful, trusting the process even when you don't know where you're going.
Yeah, kind of like surrendering to the unknown.
Exactly.
So if we can't know the why yet, what about the how?
Good question.
Naomi asks if Andrea can channel other energies like some of her other clients do.
Okay.
And the answer is, you got to give it a shot.
Aha, that's funny.
I know, right? It's like a dare from the universe.
It doesn't say yes or no.
Yeah.
Just go for it, experiment.
It's all about exploration.
Exactly.
Oh, and remember how Andrea might have been a political activist in a past life?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Naomi asks if she'll be one in this life.
What'd it say?
It said, she's always been one to question authorities.
Interesting.
So, not a direct answer,
Not really.
but it kind of hints at her being a bit rebellious, you know?
Challenging the status quo.
Exactly.
So maybe she will be politically active, but not in a traditional way.
Right. Maybe her activism will be guided by that bigger picture of consciousness.
Makes sense.
Oh, and speaking of challenges, remember how Naomi hesitated to work with Andrea at first?
Mm-hmm.
Like she felt drawn to her, but also resistant.
Yeah, it was weird.
Well, the energy kind of explains it.
How so?
It describes Andrea as a bit aloof, all over the place sometimes.
Okay.
A lot going on in her life.
I mean, that tracks.
Right. But then it says this. There are things and people that want to deter her from going to her highest potential.
Whoa, what does that even mean?
It's kind of creepy, right? Like there are forces working against her.
It definitely adds a layer of, like, intensity.
For sure.
It's not always easy, this journey to universal wisdom.
Yeah, it sounds like there can be obstacles, blocks, even sabotage.
Right, it's not all sunshine and rainbows.
So how did she overcome those obstacles? Does the energy give any advice?
It says she needs to go inwards and face her fears.
Okay.
It talks about lucid dreaming as a way to tap into the other side.
Interesting.
And even suggests a specific sound frequency, 435 hertz, to help open certain chakras.
435 hertz, huh? Gotta check that out.
It's cool, right?
Yeah.
Practical advice and esoteric wisdom all mixed together.
I like that.
It's not just about concepts, it's about applying them.
So does Andrea actually try channeling another energy?
She does. Naomi guides her to connect with an energy named Alto.
Okay.
But there's some hesitation. Alto feels unfamiliar and not ready.
Oh, so more resistance.
Yeah, but it's not like Andrea can't do it.
What is it then?
Alto describes Andrea's body as skeptical of what it lets in.
Like her mind is blocking it.
Even in a hypnotic state, there's still a filter, you know?
So how can she be more open to these connections?
Alto talks about lucid dreaming again.
Okay. Yeah.
Says it can help Andrea tap into the other side and become more receptive to new energies.
It's good to know there's a way forward, even when there are blocks.
Definitely. That's a really positive message.
Yeah, we all have the potential to connect to this higher consciousness.
Absolutely.
But it takes courage, exploration, and a willingness to embrace the unknown.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
All right, so in this last part of our deep dive, we're shifting gears a bit.
Okay.
We're moving from Andrea to another one of Naomi's clients, Paulette,
Oh, right.
who had this really weird experience with plant medicine.
What happened?
Well, she'd done ceremonies with Naomi before,
Okay.
and each time, like, profound results.
Wow.
Healing, release, detox, the whole works.
So what went wrong this time?
That's the thing. She didn't feel anything.
Really? Nothing at all.
Nothing. It's like her usual reaction just vanished.
That's strange.
So Naomi asked the channeled energy about it.
Makes sense.
And right away it says Paulette wasn't ready to tap into the energy.
Interesting.
But then it adds this cryptic thing.
What'd it say?
There's something that they don't want her to know.
Who's they?
I know, right? It's like straight out of a conspiracy movie.
Did Naomi ask?
Oh, she totally did.
No.
The energy just clams up, says who they are, I cannot disclose.
Wow. Talk about a cliffhanger.
Right. So we're left with this mystery, like who are they and what are they hiding?
It's definitely unsettling.
But okay, let's focus on Paulette.
Okay.
What can she do to become ready?
Good question.
Well, the energy suggests she needs to go inwards
Okay.
and confront something she's afraid of.
Face her fears, basically.
Exactly.
That's a common theme in personal growth work.
Right. And the energy also stresses the importance of acceptance.
Like whatever comes up, she needs to deal with it.
Yeah, both internally and externally.
Makes sense.
So do you think facing those fears will unlock that hidden knowledge?
It's possible, right? Like maybe the fear is blocking her somehow.
Yeah, maybe.
Although the session doesn't say what those fears are exactly.
Right.
But it does suggest things like meditation and listening to sound frequencies.
Okay.
Those can help us become more aware of what's going on inside.
Yeah, especially those fears we might be avoiding.
Exactly.
It's interesting how this theme of personal growth keeps coming up
It's true.
with Andrea and now with Paulette.
Yeah.
It's like connecting to a higher consciousness isn't just about getting information.
Right.
It's also about, like, doing the work, you know?
Absolutely. Confronting those parts of ourselves that we might not like
Exactly.
and ultimately becoming more aligned with who we really are.
Well, this deep dive into hypno-vibes has definitely given us a lot to think about.
It really has.
We've explored this whole idea of hypno-channeling, accessing a higher consciousness, getting that universal wisdom.
We've heard about expanded perceptions, past lives, even these hints of, like, forces we can't see.
It's pretty mind-blowing stuff.
Definitely.
So, for our listeners, what do you think are the most important takeaways here?
Well, I think the biggest one is that we all have this potential, you know?
To connect with that higher consciousness.
Exactly.
But it's not always easy.
Right. It takes effort. It takes courage.
We have to face our fears, step outside our comfort zones.
And be open to the unknown, even when it's scary.
And if you're interested in exploring these ideas further, Naomi's The Next Level You book series is a great place to start.
Oh, yeah. Those are really good.
They go deeper into techniques for raising consciousness and connecting with your own inner wisdom.
They're super practical, too.
Definitely.
Lots of good exercises and stuff.
So yeah, check those out if you're curious.
I second that.
I think this deep dive has left us with a big question.
What's that?
Could there be a hidden purpose in each of our lives?
That's a good one.
A plan unfolding even if we don't see the whole picture.
It's definitely something to ponder.
It is. And maybe that's a good place to leave it for today.
Sounds good to me.
Until next time, keep diving deep.
It looks like a cross between something that would be on Earth, but like an alternate version of such. Like the tree roots look like veins.
You can see the roots.
Yeah, it's peeking through it's peeking through the land right now. They're very like thick, I guess.
So where are you?
I'm right by the river right now.
And do you feel you have a body?
I do not have a body right now.
So do you feel that you are floating?
I feel like I'm everywhere, like somewhat omnipotent.
So you can be anywhere or you are in everything.
Yes, it's like I'm like everything and everything around me.
So what are you?
I essentially like am the river and the trees.
So what do you do?
I'm currently like going through the roots right now. The roots are kind of close to the river. The river is kind of upset. It's angry. I don't know why.
Yeah, so let's find out. Something happened.
It feels as though there's like the current is very strong and it's like smashing against like the stones, I guess.
So you ask the river why the river is acting this way.
It's like charged up with a lot of energy. Like I guess like a lot of foreign energy.
Foreign?
Yes, like
What does that mean?
I think a lot of people have been at this river before.
People?
Yes.
You mean
And energies as well. Not necessarily like humans in a sense.
Okay. So what do? They're in the river or by the river?
They've been there. They're not currently there right now.
So the river is not happy?
It's not that it's not happy. It's more so just very charged. Like it's almost as if the river were to be everything as well.
So you are the river right now?
No, I'm not the river. I'm by the river. I mean, I guess technically
you can be
sounds
the
weird.
river. Yeah.
It's like I'm everything right now. So it's kind of like I am the tree roots, I am the air, I am like the dirt,
Mm-hmm.
I am the stones, I am the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because you are everything, so how do you feel about this place or you? There's no difference between everything and you.
I feel as though this area, like everything I'm describing to you, is like it's the past, the future, and the present.
Uh-huh.
So my past ancestors' energies are like also here as well, like lingering, I guess.
Uh-huh.
How I feel through these energies
Yeah.
is like, it's like simultaneously being at ease, but also being, I guess, charged up with like so much other energy as well. Like almost absorbent of like whoever's been in the river, you know, it's kind of like it makes up a part of who I am.
So, yeah. So what do you think who you are? I know you are everything, but how you identify yourself, how you define yourself. Before you answer me that question, what's your emotions?
Currently, I feel at peace. How I feel about myself is I feel like it's hard to put into words, I guess. Like the words are just not coming out, but
Yeah.
it's definitely something positive, as though I feel like my energy and who I am in this everything, I guess, is like a ball of light, I would like to say. It's kind of observant, but also wants to be, I guess, involved.
So let's say, right, there's a sky, yeah? There's a ground, yeah? So you are the sky. Yeah. So, right, this question. So if you're not in everything, you are everything. You are this way because you want to be with every.
Yes.
Because you don't want to separate from them ever. Yeah. And so if you zoom out and look at it from this place from a bigger picture, just do that. What do you can see? And also tell me the color of the sky.
It's like, I want to say like a fuchsia. I've never seen this before. It's like simultaneously like as if it's a lot to describe. It's almost as if we were inside of like a human vessel, I guess. Like, yeah, it's like there's constant movement. Everything kind of merges into everything as well. It's almost as if I was like a blood cell moving through a vein right now.
So this is when you zoom out?
Yes.
But zoom out even more, let's say.
Okay. I don't have the words to describe this, actually.
Do your best.
It's as if I'm seeing like almost it's like I'm seeing everything, essentially, this entire thing, like every single color imaginable.
And so you are still everything? Feel yourself.
As of right now, I'm kind of like a fly on a wall, observing.
I see. If you can use words.
It's all like linear and connected, I want to say. It almost looks like...
This is the universe.
Yeah, essentially. It's just like a consistent, like, it's like a constant, like, pattern, I guess.
What kind of pattern? What is the shape of the pattern?
It almost looks like DNA. Like, that kind of, like, yeah.
It's how to say, it's moving?
Yeah, it's constant. Everything's constantly moving.
What is the purpose of the movement?
The movement is what we are, essentially. We're constantly moving as beings.
Because we want to explore?
I guess with human nature in general, everyone's like eager to move and explore and learn and do as well. There's like a childlike wonder to it. Constantly wanting to chase and find more and more and more and more and more.
But can you see, let's say, other beings?
Everything's there right now.
I see. So let me know, what is this observation? What is that, how that is connected to the universe?
It shows that all of us are essentially making up one being. Not entirely sure who that being is or what it means to be completely connected to everyone, but
So can you say the whole universe, everything in it, is like one particle?
no. It's something that we could never put into words because it's something that hasn't necessarily been created into an idea yet.
Uh-huh. I see. But you, when you look at it, you understand this concept.
I definitely understand it, but it's something that I feel more so than am able to put the words to.
So any words, if you put there, then it's going to be something totally different. It doesn't not describe.
The word just doesn't exist in this plane. It's something that's not as tangible for most people to understand.
Yeah. And can you say everything that you can see is in a perfect order?
I don't know what you mean by that.
So let's say everything is moving the way it's supposed to.
Yes, it's like a constant vibration, like a constant frequency as well. It's like fully synchronized, constantly moving.
So what is let's say we use the word goal or destination. What will be the next step?
The next step would be acceptance of all living and non-living beings, if you can even consider non-living beings to be non-living. Everything has a purpose, and the next step for humanity would be to accept everything's purpose, even though we don't always understand it.
So now the question again is, what do you think who you are?
I think I'm someone who just wants to connect, someone who wants to create and build and construct community, someone loving, someone who cares about others, someone who wants to continue creating this unity between us and the universe because we are one.
And so this you has another version on Earth as this person, Andrea. So what made this, the bigger version of you wants to be Andrea?
Andrea has a lot of capacity to do amazing things. It's just difficult in today's age due to us being in such a capitalistic society. Andrea wants to go back to her roots and create community between others. And though it's something that it's a bit difficult to do in today's age, she has the willpower and capacity to do so.
To build a community?
Yes.
So she, again, what made her decide to come to Earth this time?
She's been an activist in past lives. She's always tried making an impact, and she felt that in this century, she needed to come back to make a difference because of everything that's going on.
So I'm speaking with her higher self right now?
Yes.
Very good. And thank you for coming through. So what do you say about that she find this office, find Naomi, and I also felt her energy is kind of unique. At least I can say I never encountered energy like this before. Yeah. So there's any reason that you kind of made her find me?
Yes. She was meant to find you. She was meant to find you because your energies together could create a bigger picture
Of
consciousness.
Can you tell me more about this?
She can't know yet.
No. So a bigger picture of a consciousness?
Yes. Between humanity and the other plane.
The other plane is also something that we cannot know now?
Not yet.
Okay. Yeah, so that's the reason that I decided to meet with her, but there's some hiccups that I almost decided not to meet with her. And I feel it's kind of, I had some sort of resistance towards this meeting. Yeah, is there something there?
Yeah, she kind of is a bit aloof.
Meaning?
She's all over the place sometimes. There's always a lot going on in her life. And sometimes there are things and people that want to deter her from going to her highest potential.
Yeah. So I was, in a way, kind of try to test if this is worth it. But she keeps giving me certain energies that I couldn't say no to her. Yeah. Until I don't know why, I did not feel this way with any other person I met with for this purpose. I don't know why I have this resistance, and I just couldn't explain. But then I feel her energy is kind of, in a way, is warming me up. And now I feel the energy is very, in a way, attractive, or something I want to know more. So anything that you can let us know or let me know that what we can do with each other?
Though sometimes it doesn't seem as though she has a very strong energy, and I feel like a lot of people question that about her. It's funny in a way because it kind of sneaks up on you, like she's quiet. Once you get her talking, she won't shut up.
So what is, let's say, I don't know if this is the word that you can understand. What is her origin? When she look at that place and she's the river, she's the tree.
Like where in the world or in the universe?
Or let's say in a way that you can describe her to something that we can understand her better.
She's like that voice in the back of your head. She's like constantly there. You know? She's like telling you like what you should be doing, but she's that voice that you kind of second guess. So in her physical form, you'll see her in things that I guess you want to avoid, you know, like going into nature in general. You get put off by the mosquitoes or the dirt and stuff like that, but she gets under your fingernails, you know, the dirt.
But what's the purpose?
The purpose is to remind you that you need to submerge yourself in things that are uncomfortable in order to continue confronting things about yourself.
So let's say we get that reminder, and then we can do something together.
Yes.
So I still don't understand. Let's say before this life, where she came from.
Before this life, she was a political figure.
On Earth?
In Latin America. Yeah.
And yeah, tell me more about that.
She wasn't necessarily like in the government or anything like that. She was more so a vocal figure, and she was assassinated.
Because someone doesn't like what he was a man?
She was a she.
Oh, okay.
She constantly fought against the injustices that the government was putting out against the people.
So the assassination is also part of the plan?
In this lifetime, not necessarily. She might get assassinated, we don't know.
No, I'm not talking about this life, the past life.
In the past life, yeah, she got assassinated.
Yeah. And
in the eye.
But why you say this life, she also might become some type of political figure?
Yeah, she's always been one to question authorities. And she's currently not for what's going on right now in the world. She always speaks up about it in any possibility she gets.
I did not get that impression about her when I was talking with her.
Yeah.
So why, again, so you said you sent her to my place? You made her find me?
I did. Everything that happens in her life isn't a coincidence.
Yeah, I have to say, she has this kind of energy. I feel like it's hard to resist her. So what we're going to be doing is not something can be disclosed. Can you give us a hint?
No.
Anything else that you can let me know about her? You can say she is on the right path?
She is on the right path. I mean, again, nothing that happens in her life is a coincidence. It always leads up to the bigger picture that still will not be disclosed.
Okay. So when you cannot disclose something, is because we have to figure that out, or can be that is something is changing every second?
Something is changing every second.
I see. She went to Colombia I think she just came back from, right, her country.
Yes.
Yeah, and there's a reason for her to do that?
There is a reason. She initially went there to help people.
In what way?
She's taking care of her grandma.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, her grandma is struggling a lot spiritually, so she went to help her.
Uh-huh. And she did help her?
She did.
Mm-hmm.
She still tries helping her because she's still alive.
So now I want to ask this question. I'm working with few people that to let their body have different energies to come through, so we can talk to those energies, or I can take that person's conscious awareness to visit different places. And do you think that's something that Andrea can do as well?
You gotta give it a shot.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna try before I take her back this time. So I feel you were talking a lot at the beginning, but then I don't hear much of what yours, how to say, you have less information to offer. Is there anything that I need to know?
You'll see in the future.
Okay. And there's anything that today I can do to, let's say, I need to take her to see certain things or experience certain things, anything like that, or this is good enough?
You'll definitely be a guide in the future.
Oh. I will be guided?
No, you'll guide her into more spiritual awareness.
And she's ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And she also, let's say, had lives on different planets?
Yes.
Uh-huh. So how many times she has been on Earth?
47.
Uh-huh. That's not a lot, and that's not too little.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so, okay. So now, before I take her back, I'm going to do something and see if she can, right, really channel that energy. So now I'm going to let you go, and I really appreciate this communication.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So now I want Andrea's awareness to be here and waiting for my command. So I want you to just tap into this person's energy. You don't need to know too much about the person. Her first name is Paulette. And she is someone who did few time plant medicine, mushroom, with me. And just 2 days ago, this one that, like every time that she feels a lot from the medicine and a lot of healings, a lot of release and detox. But this time on Friday, today is Sunday, yeah, 2 days ago, she did not feel anything. So can you tap into this person's energy and let me know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? What is going on? Why she did not feel anything?
She wasn't ready to tap into the energy.
But she was ready before.
Yeah, but there's other things at play right now.
Can you tell me more?
There's something that they don't want her to know.
They, who are they?
That I cannot disclose.
So they, okay, so they did not want her to know, and that's why she did not feel anything, or she's not ready?
She's not ready for it. It's really big information.
Big information. So she's coming this Friday, and I know this is in the future, but do you think she'll be ready?
No.
So when? What she can do to be ready?
She needs to go inwards. There's something that she's not confronting right now.
Because she's afraid.
Yes.
So can she practice?
Yes, she's very strong.
Uh-huh.
She has the capacity and capability to do it. She just needs to tap in more.
Uh-huh. I see. So let's say when she's doing the session, she needs to allow herself to face
Yes.
whatever comes out.
She needs to accept whatever's going on around her.
Uh-huh. And any that she can use, she can take your advice and really practice, like meditation or
She needs sound frequencies.
meaning.
She needs like probably, she needs to listen to sound frequencies like, I want to say 435 hertz.
Oh, it's not a 432?
No.
Oh, 435.
Yeah, a little higher.
Oh, so that will open her, let's say, some chakras?
It'll help, but she needs to accept it first.
But I don't even know what she needs to accept.
That's for her to know. She knows.
Oh, she knows.
Yeah.
I see. Very good. I'm checking the 425. I don't see anything like that. Are you sure it's 435?
Yes.
I see everything's 432. Oh, I see one. Okay, I see. Very good. So now I'm going to try something else with you. And it's going to be kind of short, but I just want you to allow this energy to come through. And when I count to 3, sometimes I don't need to, but since it's first time, and this being's name is Alto, A-L-T-O. So when I count to 3, allow Alto's energy to come through, and I'm going to have a short conversation with him. 1, you are allowing the energy. 2 is almost here, and 3. Hello, is this Alto?
No.
Is still Andrea?
Yes.
Did you feel the energy? Or maybe the energy doesn't want to, or not ready to come in?
Not ready.
You are not ready?
No.
Can you tell me why?
It's unfamiliar.
But you know, yeah, if you trust more, you'll be able to. And do you think that's something you can do in the future?
Yeah, this body's just skeptical with what it lets in.
I see. So is there any blockage that I can help her with today?
Not necessarily.
So it's not about that. So what she can do to be able to accept?
She needs to continue lucid dreaming.
So that will make her be more open?
Yes. She needs to tap into the other side more.
But that's not something we can control it.
No. But you can start to create more muscle memory with it.
To do that?
By continuing practicing.
I don't, yes, there are certain people, some people are teaching those. What do you say the best way to have lucid dreams?
I mean, personally, it's something that I haven't been able to control, but it's been rampant for the past few years.
I see. So keep doing that. I mean, keep doing, just allow it. Yeah, and that will open you up more. Yeah, so you'll be able to receive all the energies that are, actually there's nothing can really harm you. Let's say, yeah, negative energies, unless we invite them. They cannot just come in. And I was going to say something. I forgot. Anything else you feel that maybe you can try? Or this is good for today?
This is good for today.
Okay. All right. So now I'm going to count from 1 to 3. On the count of 3, you'll be back feeling wonderful. 1. Now you are coming back to this reality, this location, this time. 2. You are coming back very nicely. And 3. Feeling wonderful all over.